What's up, y'all? What's up, y'all? Back again. I feel like it's important to know one's purpose. In this, as we go through all these aspects of the table, I want you to know the purpose attached to these different needs. Purpose is important because it helps those truly know their personal value and the value of those they're pursuing. So we've checked off 8 things both men and women need to have to pursue a relationship or to sit at the table. Now it's time to divide the sides up. After you sit, there are separate things needed from both sides. Today we'll be talking about his plate for her. This meaning things a man needs to have and provide for the lady of his desire. Now, this list of things are what most women seek and need in a man. The list isn't as long as the last, right? So we're getting a smooth 6, right? I'm gonna be giving y'all a smooth 6. Again, as a man, there are going to be plenty of opportunities to practice these things before you even sit down. Plus, these things go further than even just you and your significant other, but for the household you're trying to build. Let's get into it. Number 1, protection. As a man, we seem to have a lot less threats, comparatively so, to women. This making protection such a big deal for a man to do. A man's strength is meant to be a barrier or a shield for a woman. A man has a greater capacity to be dangerous, not in the negative sense, but in the way of having a strength that should be used for a good purpose like protection. Protection isn't just in a violent sense, but it can also be a man's ability to maintain and garner calm. A man's capability to calm is needed because you're able to be a thermostat for those around you. A man that can control his emotions can know how to move when emotions are given to him. That's a strength that is needed in a household. If a man struggles to hold his emotions, he'll struggle to protect his woman and his household. This is because when you're moving emotionally, you won't make sound judgment because you're moving not logically but more emotionally. 1 Corinthians 16:13 through 14. And you know I got to go to the Bible. Be watchful, stand firm in faith, and act like men. Be strong. Let all that you do be in love. A man has a capability to be an unmovable rock, right, for his woman. So for her to be her most feminine, right, you must be able to carry her emotions without allowing your own to be shaken. You've got to be able to be that rock and maintain and have a decent level of EQ to understand why she's feeling this way. If she gives you something that has emotion attached, then you realize why and you're not flipping out, That is that all goes under the bracket of protection. So I'm protecting your feelings, I'm protecting you, I'm protecting your mind, I'm protecting all of you. I'm protecting myself, of course, but I'm also protecting my woman in the many things that try to threaten or bother her in life. You feel me? There's a lot of things. It's not all just physical things. It could also be like what the media gives out, like what media says beauty is. What you're there to protect and reassure her and let her be solid. You be solid in your foundation and your beliefs, and then it also is going to help and garner her to not even look at the things she don't need to look at or think about those things. You feel me? So that's what you need to bring. That's number 1, protection. Now, number 2, provision. It's been made into like this cliche statement. A man is supposed to provide. Yes, but it's also a natural tendency a man has in general to do so. You hear any self-development videos for men, many of them are helping them do two things: get women and get money, right? This isn't giving you what you must do, but God has given everyone a purpose, and knowing yours comes from your relationship with Christ. Now, you can get close with him, but God knows why he made all his children and their purpose. So with this, so with this, before getting into a relationship, a man, you should have at least enough to provide for yourself, first yourself, and then someone to take care of those around you. So like, meaning like my family, my friends to an extent, and loved ones. So anybody who's in my life already, if I'm not making enough money to make sure I'm okay, and then also making sure they're all right also, then I need to get my provision up. I need to get that higher. I don't need to be sitting down at this table until I'm able to do that. Because the thing is, just think of you getting in a relationship, right? And you becoming one at some point. You got to technically do everything twice now. So if you can't take care of yourself, one person, then you're not there yet. You got to get to the point of taking care of yourself and that other person. You feel me? So I'm not saying you got to be buku rich or nothing like that, or try to date somebody who wants all these extravagant things. No, I'm not saying that, because the thing is, wherever you, if you're in a decent spot, it's going to supposedly grow. You need to grow it because you're going to have a family and all that. But you got to be able to take care of the necessities needed for one, yourself, and then two, the woman that you're pursuing and you're trying to be with, you know? So by the time you decide to sit down and pursue a woman, then you can provide for her, and even just a little bit in the beginning. Like you can provide for her even a little bit just in the beginning of y'all pursuing each other. Okay, let's go out to eat, let's do blah blah blah. I'm not saying you got to go crazy or do like like I said on the last video, she has to be secure enough to make sure she's taking care of what she need to take care of. You feel me? And if she not there yet, it is your choice to be there and do that. But at the same time, don't be sitting down and you can't take care of yourself. You feel me? But you got to be able to provide a little more when you're pursuing this lady. As time progresses, intimacy deepens, right? Connection grows, and you're pursuing a woman with a purpose in mind. Your ability and willingness to provide for her grows. So like as y'all become more close, you guys become closer, stuff like that. Your willingness to provide grows also. Because I don't remember who it was, a some pastor. He said, "What a man loves and cares about, he will spend his money on." So it's like you being willing to provide and all that other stuff. You'll want to do it more as you begin to love this person. So that just naturally happens. So as a man starts and begins to love something or care about somebody, he's going to provide and give things like that towards it. So like, ladies, you can pay attention to, if your man you've been dating for all this time and he not trying to do nothing for you, be careful. Either he don't have the ability to do it for you, or he just don't want to and he don't care about you like that. 1 Timothy 5:8, because you know I got to go to the Bible. But if anyone does not provide for his relatives, and especially for members of his household, he has denied the faith and is worse than an unbeliever. Crazy, right? That one's they not playing. This means as a man has and is able to provide, he should do so for his household. Not doing so makes you seem worse than one who doesn't believe at all. For men to even have the natural draw to provide, working against it would be really hard for any man. So if your man is not doing so, he probably doesn't care, like he doesn't care that much. He's either not able to or doesn't care that much. Something that I realized, like I know women have like a biological clock when it comes to being making a family, getting a family started and stuff like that. A lot of men have like this financial clock. So it's like, I got to make this amount of money before this time so that I can provide for my family and stuff like that. A lot of them, like some guys don't, they just want to get started, or they know the means of making money. But a lot of them, the ones that are real focused and set on what I'm trying to do, they have this financial clout where it's like, hey, we can't lock in right now because I got to make enough money to make sure that we can have something going for ourselves. I know me personally, I have that inkling and feeling, and I always knew that, okay, I need to be able to provide for my household, so I got to be. Right now, it's the hustle season. It's the hustle season. Get to making money, find means of making money, find means of continuously having money in my pocket, so that whatever my children and my wife and my people need, then I can provide for them, and it's not going to be no issue. So, number three, leading. This subject is semi controversial, unfortunately, because media attempts to downplay a man's role as a leader and how necessary it is in a household. This doesn't mean control her or dehumanizing her, right? But do all things to her benefit and the benefit of your household. A good leader wants the best for those who choose to follow them. So that is the same for a husband and his wife. As a man, I should be doing my best to do the best for my woman. This is a man's responsibility for a woman. If a foul woman is associated with a man, then the man is seen as less because of how she moves, right? So it's like if my lady moving crazy, then it shows that she don't respect me, and then I am less respected in whatever community I'm in. You feel me? That's why a lot of the times, like, and I be trying to tell my homeboys and everybody like that, depending on who you choosing, the dudes around you or the men around you are going to respect you or treat you in a certain way because of it. I got homegirls, I got homeboys. A lot of them who are in solid relationships are those who know how to respect their man. They not gonna say nothing crazy about their partner, blah blah blah. They not gonna walk out dressed a certain way because they partner. The ones that I see move the best, they have that level of respect for them, so that them being mentioned by their partner or around their partner is never a place of disrespect. So it's like I like I got a I got female homies who they speak respectfully, dress respectfully, all that, and their men are more respected because of it. You feel me? So that's a huge part in leading. So I'm gonna lead my woman to not do or move a certain way. You feel me? So that I can garner respect, and she will also be respected. Because the thing is, if she moving disrespectfully, right, it's going to just trickle down. If she moving disrespectfully towards me, right, men are going to disrespect me, and then they're also going to disrespect her. So it's just going to trickle down. You feel me? We don't got no time for that. Now, leading, as a leader, I'm not going to be overbearing or nothing like that, right? But if you're not willing to move, you feel me, or follow, then that's your choice. At the same time, I don't think a man should be in a situation where he is attempting to lead and I got to pull you. I'm not going to pull you. That's not right. You feel me? That's wrong on my part and wrong for me to try and make you do that. And you making me have to pull you is wrong also. So it's like you don't stick around no situation where you are not the leader or you're not. You feel me? And not even saying that you got to be like nobody got to hail all king blah blah blah. No, it's not none of that. We God's here. We both following Him. You feel me? And then as I follow God, you follow. You feel me? You follow me, or you choose to follow me. Right? As a lead slash head, a man is meant to do the following: assure her safety, assist her in goals, guide her in self development, steer positive actions, teaching about the world. You feel me? Teaching about the world and stop like blocking the world from messing her up or stopping the world from affecting her negatively. Because there's, again, I said it in the last video. I think I said it on this video. There's a lot of stuff that goes on in the world that can affect a woman and hurt a woman and mess a woman up. So it's my task to lead her away from that mess. You feel me? It's the same with what her daddy. Her daddy had to do that with her before. He did it as long as he had to. Then it's your task when she leaves her family, leaves her father, leaves the leading of her father to follow you now. Now it's your task and you got to make sure the world not affecting her. And now growing her spiritually. So you as a spiritual lead in the household, got to make sure that, hey, we got to stay going to church. We got to stay reading the Bible. We got to stay da 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 da. You feel me? That has to always be a thing, and you got to make it a staple in your household. These are a few things that men need to do as a lead. Many argue women can do that too, which is true. But men naturally do this better and even seek and enjoy doing it. So it's like it's natural for a man to want to lead. You feel me? Now, you might see situations where there's a guy above him and then he has to trickle down and he the next leader, da da da. But that also goes with him being able to submit when he needs to submit. Because he will always submit to somebody. If he moving right, he's submitting to God first. First and foremost, I'm listening to him. I'm listening to the big man upstairs. And if I'm not doing that, I'm not submitting to nobody, then leading is going to be very hard for you. I'm telling you now. It's going to be very hard for you. So, mansplaining, right, I had to throw this in there, tends to happen when a man is attempting to guide or teach something he's proud of knowing, right? A good man wants to guide and teach. He's attempting to bring those who follow him up. So it's like, I know it's been like a negative term and it's not right to do it. Also, you got to, like I said in communication on the last video, you got to be able to say and explain things in a loving, caring way. I'm not going to talk to you like you a child. I'm not going to do that. You feel me? And men, don't do that. Oh, baby. No, don't do that. Don't, that little mansplaining thing. That's where I don't agree with it. You feel me? But you trying to explain for the furtherment of your lady and your people around you is perfectly fine. You feel me? And of course, I got to go to Bible. 1 Corinthians 11:3, Amplified Version. But I want you to understand that Christ is the head, authority over of every man, and man is the head of woman, and God is the head of Christ. This is saying that a man has the burden and task of leading and leading properly. So it's like it, it is being a leader is a task in and of itself. So you got to be able to carry the baggage of those who follow you. You feel me? And you got to move them forward. So if it's a lot and it's not easy to do, right? But that is the task of a man. When you don't do it, again, like it said, you not leading or you moving out of that space, you foul. You moving wrong. You're not doing the best for your people, and then you're moving outside of your natural tendency of what you're supposed to be doing. So that's why it's so important. It says it right here. Follow God, then you protect and make sure that your followers are being provided for and such like that and being led in the right direction. Don't lead your people to the wrong direction because there's plenty of people who got that issue too.